All right, guys. Steve Alcorn with you here once again. Today, I know it's been a while since I've done a fix it or fail video. So if you see what you see today and you like it or you don't like it, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I do more of these kind of videos. So as the title says, we're doing another fix it or fail. I haven't done one in a while. This one should be relatively simple. I believe I already know what the problem with this thing is. I need to move my keyboard out of the way so that I have room to work here. So give me a second. And we're going to try to do this in one take. So we'll see if we can do it. Anyway. Dropping things. So we got this Alphie. Oops, there he is. Alphie. He's the computer electronic robot. He does things. We'll open him up and show you what's inside. Got this at a yard sale for like $1. A whole bunch of stuff inside. Little cards that go, not little, big cards that go into something. I'm not sure. Some little cards that go inside. The actual instructions are still in here. And a couple of these little guys. So, what we do know about Alphie is that he doesn't power on. So we're going to go ahead and do that first and show you how he doesn't power on. So here's Alphie. Pretty cool. He's in really good condition. He's got one of his cards in. I'm going to take that out for now. We'll put that back in when we need it. And this is his battery cover here. It's damaged. As you can see, there's a little chunk out of it right there, but it should still be okay. It was really difficult to get off. That's probably why it got damaged. So what I'm going to do is see if I got something flat that I can stick down in there, like a little screwdriver or something, but we don't want to damage it any further than it's already been. So I'm going to be careful with what we choose. Remember, guys, I'm an amateur. I really don't know what I'm doing too much. I mean, I know a little bit, but so we're going to go ahead and try to open him up. The problem with the way they designed this is if you can see how long that tab is right there. And so when people went to pull it out, it got broken. So the tabs were too long. It was a bad design. Here's your battery holder. It's a little dirty in there. But as you can see, one of the terminals is, I don't know if you can see that real well, one of the terminals is missing. So if I were to put a battery on this now, and we do have a fresh Dollar Tree battery. Dollar Tree batteries are $1, and they're good for testing things. I don't know that I'd trust them long term, but so when we put him in, let's see, obviously there isn't going to be anything to connect to. He does work though. Okay, so he does turn on, so we know that there's power and everything. So what we're going to need to do is replace this guy. And I just so happen to have a new one. So that's really all this whole fix it or fail is going to be. I'm going to adjust the camera down so you can see what I'm working on down here. Hopefully we can get you a good angle and it stays there. So the first thing I will need to do is clip this old one off. We're going to leave a long lead on it so that we have plenty of space to work with. You can see these ends on this one are already cut. I might cut them back a little farther because I don't trust myself enough to get in there. But I've got this nice set of clippers. I also have, where's the other set? Oh, I don't know where they're at. I never know where anything is right. Oh, this cute little set I got. If you guys have a Pat Catan's around you, they are closing down as of now. They're probably closed already. Some of them probably are. Pat Catan's is like a Hobby Lobby store. You can get that out of the frame. We don't need that. Like a Hobby Lobby store. And I think actually Hobby Lobby owns them or bought them out. Anyway, they're closing down, and they had a bunch of these. The brand name is I Spy DIY. And they're actually really good little clippers. They come in a set of 3. They come with these. And they come with these. And I got these for like 89 cents because they're closing down. So I'm not going to use them for this project. These are my actual good clippers for wires, and this is what I'm going to use. But those would work if you have a pad. I believe most pad catans are in Ohio. So we're going to go ahead and clip these wires. We'll clip them right about here. That worked out real well. Now, it left me just enough room to go ahead and I'm going to try it this way. I do have a wire stripper, but I don't want to pull it out. In fact, actually, maybe I should. But you could use, I know I've seen a lot of guys take a pair of fingernail clippers, which I'm not going to grab right now, and lightly kind of go around it and do it that way. And it works real well. But I have a pair of wire strippers. So we're going to do it that way because that's the right way. And even though I'm not a pro, I still want to try to do it at least semi-right. If I can get these in here. If not, I may have to actually go the other route. So the wire stripper part is down here on the bottom, I believe. I don't know. You got to get it in there just right or you cut the whole wire off. I don't know what gauge of wire this is. It looks like it's bigger than the 2022. So we're going to go 1 over. We'll go up to 14 just to be safe. Bear with me, guys. It's kind of a weird angle here. Here, we're at 16. So I'm going to grab underneath. Nope, 16 was too big, so it's got to be smaller. You know what? Those are just too big, so I'm going to try it with my clippers. Just gently kind of go around it a little bit and just kind of pull. Don't want to cut it all the way through or else it'll get shorter. And it's almost, I think I got it. Okay. There we go. If you can see that, but there's a little piece of wire there on the end now. And we'll do the red one the same way. I don't want to lose them down inside there. So for the most part, Alphie works. I don't think he's worth a ton of money. But like I said, I got about $1 into him from a yard sale. Okay, she's good. I got $1 into him from a yard sale, so it's kind of worth it to give it a shot to fix it. So we're going to put him aside for a second. And we're going to work on this. So these are already kind of stripped, but I don't like how short they are. I'm going to strip them a little bit further down. And really, it's red or red. Oops, see, I cut it. I went in too far, so I got to be careful. Maybe I should use the wire strippers on these since I got more room. I'm not very good at this, but... Oh, that works so much better. All right. I got too much now, but I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to, well, I'll show you what I'll do at the end. So it won't matter so much how much I have. There we go. Okay, so those are stripped longer now. So what I'm going to do now is grab some, I went and got liquid flux because that other stuff I didn't like. This seems to work better. I don't know if I'm supposed to use it for this sort of application. These were probably already tinned at the end, but then I cut the one off, so I'll have to tin them again. And that just means putting a little bit of solder on the ends. We're just getting a little bit of flux on there just to make it feel good, feel better to myself. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not. So we've got our solder here. Let's pull that out. It's a brand new one too. I don't know what happened to my other one, so I just opened my new one, which is no big deal. They come with these little bottles, and they have little holes in the top, so you can just, it gives you a better grip, actually. This is really thin stuff, which is good for wires. The other stuff was a little bit thicker. All right, so there we go. We got our solder. Got my soldering iron. Let's get that fired up. We'll tin the tip on that first. It's been a while since I've actually soldered. The last Fix It or Fail video is the last time I soldered anything. So what we're going to do let's just see if we can solder this wire here. Get a little bit of solder on it so that, there it goes. It worked actually really nice. There was enough solder almost on that tip to tin that wire. All right, and then we'll do the same with these two. Now, everything I've learned from watching YouTube, so I don't want to burn anything. I need a better workstation here. I'm not working on my other table tonight, so. Doesn't mean that I know anything yet. I just haven't watched it on YouTube, and I'm trying to mimic what they do. So let me put that down for a second. Clean the tip off. I don't think I have enough flux on something because it doesn't seem to want to flow very good. There we go. Try that now. I don't know if I'm even supposed to tin both sides of the wires, but I think so. So we're going to do that. The first wire tinned so nice. There we go. I think I'm supposed to heat. There we go. I didn't even have to put anything on that one. I was doing it wrong. I think you just heat the wire up first. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And now it should be as simple as connecting the two. So we're going to do the reds first. You do not want to go in like this where you twist them together that way. You want to go in line with them, which may be a little bit difficult, but we're going to do it. So you want the wires to be straight, in line, I call it. I don't know if that's the right way, or the right terminology, but that's what I'm going to call it. Oh, first I forgot one thing. We don't want to do that yet because we have these little things. These are our heat shrink. And when we're done, we want to cover up the wires. So we want to use, I think I want to use a red one on the red and a black one on the black if I have the right sizes here. That looks like about right for the red. And that looks like about right for the black. I have a whole case of these, but this is a little one that came with a kit. I didn't know I was getting this with a kit, so I bought extras. And you want to do this beforehand because if you wait till after, you won't be able to do it. And you want to keep them as far down on that wire as possible. I'm just putting them on the longer one here. The longer leads, because if you don't, when you're doing the solder, you'll heat them up and melt them. All right, so we're going to go back and do this again. We're doing red first, as I stated. Probably burn myself. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to stick together because we're gonna end up soldering these together. I could do it with tape or something like that, but let's see if we get underneath, it'll probably work out better. So now they're already starting to connect. We're just gonna put a little extra solder in there, and they should be pretty solid now. Oops, we got the black one in there. We don't want that. Connecting two wires is not always the easiest thing. Let's check that out. I might have to do that again. We'll see. Actually, they stayed connected, so that's good. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever done in the world, but I might actually touch them up a little bit just to make sure they stay. Get a little solder on there. We'll clean all that up when we're done. Or not solder, flux. Oop, no, that was too much. So I want to see if I can just do it like this. Get them together again. I will probably have to clean this one off because it's gotten pretty bad. I have to let that cool a little bit. It's actually pretty cool already. Nice. All right. Let's try that again. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. I just didn't have them twisted together enough is all. So we're going to twist them back together. Again, I am not professional. I just play one on YouTube. But it's nice to be able to get something like this working. Now, if I was a professional, I'd probably have cut these wires a lot shorter and I'd have had it done already. But, all right, that looks better. Let's get a little bit more flux in there. And we'll try this again. That looks better. That looks nice and neat, actually. Looks much better. Okay. That cool a few seconds and pull on it. Okay, that one looks good now. So now we're going to try again with the black one. This wire is way too long. But I'd rather it be too long than too short, because working on it would be a pain in the butt if it was too short. It's a pain in the butt as it is. Hey, look at that. Sounds like an eBay sale or a message or an offer or something. Let's find out. Live on the air, I've got a new bid for $14.99. I had some Cutcos that were broken or damaged or whatever. Cutco knives. If you guys don't know about Cutco knives, I think you all do by now. You've seen that I've sold quite a few of them. And they do really, really, really well. Clean the tip. And well, I had 3. 1 that I had actually sold before, and I didn't notice that some of the handle was melted, and 2 that I got at a yard sale for 50 cents a piece. I've got very little into any of them. And so I just drew them up for auction tonight to see whether or not somebody would bid on them. And turns out somebody already did. So that is nice. Okay. I think I'm good there. My soldering skills will improve over time. Okay, so we're good. Good and tight, good and tight. So now what we want to do, and I hope my hands weren't in the way too much, is pull these down over top of that solder joint, kind of center it on the solder joint if we can, without pulling these apart. Okay, we didn't. And then there's 2 methods of this. You could use a lighter, or you can use a heat gun. I have a hair dryer, and even on its highest setting, even though it's great for peeling stickers off of products, it is not good for this. It does not work. So this is my heat gun. It is a Milwaukee, and it's going to get loud, so just letting you know. And I will put this on the low setting to begin with. We'll see if the low setting works. Yep, it does. And the only reason I'm doing it on the low setting is so you guys don't hear it too much. I love how that just shrinks it. It's always amazed me. Again, this heat gun I got at a yard sale for, I think, $2. So, okay, that looks good. That looks good. Let's, you guys don't know, these are makeup wedges, premium makeup wedges, Equate, which is Walmart's brand. And they are really good for sopping up messes and cleaning sticky residue off of things. And you can use some isopropyl. This is, what is it, 91% isopropyl. This is from, it's Rexall, so it's probably from Dollar General. But you can get 91 from Walmart as well. So anyway, these little makeup wedges are really nice. They're really cheap. Clean it up in there. We'll do a little extra cleaning if we can. But we're not real concerned yet about cleaning this whole guy up. But we're going to just clean him up enough and give that a little tug. Give that a little tug. It looks good. So now we're going to put a battery in her and see if it worked. Unplug my soldering iron while I'm here, because we shouldn't need it anymore, and get it out of my, clean the tip. I always clean the tip when I'm done, whether it's supposed to be or not, I don't know. Probably. And we'll put that over there. Okay, so I soldered these 2 and these two together. We put some shrink wrap. Boy, that tightens it up real nice. Even if you didn't get a great solder joint in there, if you get the right size of shrink tubing, it'll keep it real nice. So now we're going to go ahead and take the battery and put it in, if we put it in the right way. So that tells me I did it right. And go ahead and put this back on. It is not easy to get this thing back on. They probably made it that way on purpose so children couldn't get in there. Anyway. All right, so we're going to take one of the cards and put it in. This is the Alphie's Tunes and Robot Land. We'll do Robot Land. I don't know how to play this game, so we're just going to figure it out. All right, so looks like we'll put that guy all the way up. We'll put that guy all the way up. Pushing. Okay, so what now? We know he's on. All right. Let's go to the first setting. Oh, he's lighting up. See, he's lighting up, so we know lights work. We had those little guys. What do they do? Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so there's one of the little guys. Does it go in the arms? No. Where do they go? Up on there? No. Probably be... Oh, I bet you they go into the arms. No, they don't. I don't know where they go. I don't know what's funner, to watch me try to figure this game out or fix it. Looks like his arms do have some spots in them. Maybe they do go in there. Looks like every light is lighting up. So I don't know how to play them. We're going to switch it to the third setting there. And well, that seems to work. Like I said, I don't know what all the functions do. Perhaps we should take the instructions out and read them. The instructions are... I love the colors from back in those days. Playskool Alphie. Alphie miniature compartment. Miniature Alphie. Oh, so the guys do stick in the arms when you're not using them. Alphie's answer arm. Alphie's question arm. So Alphie has an answer and a question arm. So let's see, as I'm looking at him, this would be his question arm. This would be his answer arm. Activation button is this big button here on the top. Activity selector is the yellow slider down here. That yellow slider over there. Blinking lights. Of course, you've seen those. Let me see if I can get you guys farther back so you can actually see what's going on here. There you go. That's probably where I should add the camera to begin with. Okay, so we're going to open the instructions. Carefully open door on Alphie's back. Yeah, on the right. So this is his handle, his speaker, and his battery door, battery compartment. Alphie's memory gives him 4 different activities. The 4 activities and their symbols are question and answer, lunar landing game, robot land game, and music. And that's just in the order that they are down here. So whatever the order is that I just read. To play, select the card with the symbol, with the S symbol. Okay, so that was the wrong symbol. Okay, that is a music symbol. So we have to see if they got S symbol cards. So to play, you need to pick a card with that symbol and insert it into Alphie. Okay, so it's in there. And this is for the question and answer. And so that'd be the first setting. So that has to go all the way over there. We're just going to test this out and see if it actually works and see what we can do. Oh, I think you actually build a robot. It has these, and it goes on that bigger card. That's neat. All right. Select card. We did that. Move Alphie's question arm, Alphie's right arm, to an object or word. Alphie will make his search and question sound. So we want to move it. We'll move it to Apple. So we got Apple on this side. And I'm assuming we need to go down here to Apple. Press the action button on Alphie's head to see if your answer is correct. What did I do? Did I break Alphie? Maybe I'm not in there all the way. Well, that fixes our fail videos so far. Let me make sure that nothing happened to the battery in here. Okay, we're back. If he doesn't like my answer, maybe he's probably got an on and off button somewhere. Okay, so I added on tree. Okay, so we're on Apple up here. Okay, and we're on Apple down here. We win. So we're going to go up to cat. We win again. So we're going to do it on purpose on the wrong one. Okay, so that's the wrong sound. Anyway, so I'm pretty certain this whole thing works. So that's enough for this video. If you guys like what you saw, I know it was kind of weird, but if you guys like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification for future updates. Say goodbye, Alphie. Say goodbye, Alphie. Where's Tree? That's a tree. Oh, Alphie doesn't like my answer, so we'll go to eggs instead. Say goodbye, Alphie. Alphie's not working. Oh, well. Anyway. So that's the video for today. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification for future updates. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, Alphie.